Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to see Azure Application Gateway listener redirection. So what is listener redirection here? Let's understand. For example, suppose in your web browser you search for google.com. When you hit enter, it will result as https dot google dot double slash google.com. So it will always redirect from http to https. So similar thing we are going to achieve here. We are going to create a website in a virtual machine called www.dev.com, and we are going to create application gateway, and with the help of application gateway we are going to redirect our http dot double slash www.dev.com to https colon double slash www.dev.com. So same thing we are gonna achieve as part of this video. So we will see how basically listener redirection work, and also we are going to see one more demo in this particular video. Suppose you have searched for www.dev.com. Now you want, as soon as you hit enter, your website will redirect to the any other website. So in our case, for the demo purpose, what we will see, as soon as you search for www.dev.com, it will automatically redirect to google.com. So these two scenarios we are going to see in this particular demo. So let's quickly move to Azure portal. The very first thing what I'm going to create, I'm going to create a virtual network, and under this virtual network I'm going to create two subnet, one for application gateway and one for virtual machine, where we will host our website called www.dev.com. So let me provide the name here, vnet1. And I will change the name here default subnet to VM subnet, so it will be easy to identification purpose. So I have named it VM subnet, and let's hit on save, and I'll quickly review and create. Once this virtual network will create, I'm going to create one more subnet, which I name it as app gateway subnet. So on that particular subnet we will create our application gateway. So okay, virtual network is created. So let's go to settings, subnets, and this particular virtual network subnet, VM subnet, will use for virtual machine, and the another subnet will use for application gateway. So now we have created a virtual network. The next thing what I'm going to create, I'm going to create a virtual machine on this particular subnet, where I will host a website www.dev.com. So this is some simple HTML page which I'm going to create as part of this particular website. Okay, so let's refresh it. Okay, so somehow it's not created. Let me recreate it again. So I will name it app gateway subnet. Okay, so we got two subnet as part of this particular virtual network. Let me quickly create a virtual machine. So I'll choose my resource group, and I'll provide the name here dev VM, and I don't want any availability zone, and image I will choose Windows Server, and I provide the credential for my virtual machine so I can log in this particular virtual machine. And disk I will leave it default, and in networking I will choose my virtual network and the subnet. So we are going to create a virtual machine as part of VM subnet. Rest all the fields I will leave default. So the virtual machine deployment is initialized, so it will take couple of minutes. So we will wait until the deployment is getting complete. Okay, so the virtual machine deployment is completed. Let me log in it. Now what else I will do? The next thing, I will install the IIS role on this, so we can deploy a HTML page over here. So there are two options basically which you can use. Either you can log into this particular virtual machine and from the server manager you can install the role, or the another option we have here, you can simply go here and run command, and you can choose here run PowerShell script, and this is the command, or sorry, PowerShell command, which I'm going to use to install the IIS feature. So this is install hyphen Windows feature name is bev-server and include management tool. So this is the command I'm gonna run, and it will take couple of minutes, and we can also see the output from here itself if it succeeded or failed. So it is happening now. Meantime, what I will do, I will log into my virtual machine as well, because I need to deploy HTML page as well. So this is the public IP address of my virtual machine, 4.213.7.124. So I'm logged in this particular virtual machine. So meantime this deployment is happening. What I will do, I will go and create an application gateway, because it is take couple of minutes to execute the PowerShell command. So I will choose here resource group name is demo, and I'll provide the name here is app gateway name is app gateway 1. And instance count, I will choose minimum count 1. And here I will choose my virtual network, which is app gateway subnet, which we have reserved for application gateway. I don't want any auto scaling, so let me disable it. And the instance count, I need 1. If you want to create 2 application gateway, you can simply increase the count here. The next thing, I have to create a front end. So I will create a new public IP address of my application gateway. So I'll name it app gateway IP. Now in backend pool we have to create. So let me provide the name here, dev-backend pool. And target type, I will choose virtual machine, because in this particular virtual machine I'm gonna host my HTML page. Let me click on add. Next I will go to configuration. So now here we see we have created the front end and the backend pool. Now we have to add a routing rule here. So I will provide the rule name here, dev-rule, and the priority I will provide 1, and the listener name you have to provide. So I will provide dev-listener, and listener type here I will choose multi-site. So let me provide www.dev.com. Next thing, backend target also. So backend target number is virtual machine, so I will choose that one. And backend second I don't have any, so let me create a one backend settings. So settings 1. Okay, so let's click on add. So we have created a front end, routing rule, and a backend pool. Now I will create a application gateway here. Let's go back to a virtual machine. Let's see if IIS role is installed or not. Okay, so I have already closed that window. Let's quickly verify from the virtual machine itself. So I'll go to add roles and features, and here I will search for web server. So you can see it's automatically selected. So if you have to verify, what I will do, I will open the browser here. We can see the home page of IIS. So let's quickly search for localhost. We can see the IIS homepage. It means our website or default HTML page is deployed. Now what I will do, I will add the HTML page which I have created, so it will like easy to know, okay, this particular deployment we did. Let me go to inetpub document root, and I will add this HTML page. And here what I will do, I will add my own HTML page which I have created. And let me save it. So if I now browse this particular local host, so you can see welcome to the dev virtual machine. Now you can see this URL particular is localhost. There is no HTTPS for now. Let me go to my application gateway. So it is still is in progress, so it will take a couple of minutes to create application gateway. So once the application gateway will be created, now what else next you have to do? So now you have to create a one more listener which is used for HTTPS. So there we will use a self-signed certificate and the certificate password, because we want because if you have to access any application for with the SSL, you need a certificate. So actually I have already created a self-signed certificate. Let me show you the commands which I have run it. So this is the PowerShell inbuilt command, new hyphen self-signed certificate, certificate location. I have provided a certificate manager location, and this is the DNS name because my website name is www.dev.com. So this is the first command which basically will use to create a self-signed certificate in a certificate manager. Now the next thing what I'm creating a password variable here where I'm converting 1234 to a secure string. And now the next command I have used to export the certificate from the certificate manager to my local drive, which is in my case D drive, and this is the path of the certificate. So if I open this particular location, let me go back to my D drive. If I go to here test, not this one, so the folder name is Redirection. So here this is the certificate which I have created, which is appgwcert.pfx file. So you can use upload pfx file or .crt file in application gateway. This is what I have already done it. I will add these commands in a description box so it will be easy. And if you want to know more about a self-signed certificate, you can check my playlist on YouTube where I have I have already created a video on how you can create a self-signed certificate using PowerShell or using OpenSSL. So those videos are already in a YouTube playlist. So if you want to know more about self-signed certificate, you can go ahead and watch it. So meantime this application deployment is happening. Let's wait couple of minutes. Okay, so now application gateway deployment is completed. Let me go to resources and I will go to my application gateway. So here if I'll browse this application from the front end IP address, let's see if it's work or not. So this sites can't be reached because we have used the host name. Now let me close this one. So now what I will do, I will go to my listener here and you can see the default listener I have already created during the application gateway. Now I will add here one more listener so I can redirect my www.dev.com to HTTPS. Before that, let's quickly browse the dev.com if it's working or not. So it will not work because this dev.go.com is not a registered or a like real domain name. So the what we have to do, we have to add this particular entry in our host file, and for that we have to use this particular IP address. This is the IP address of our application gateway. So this particular IP addresses I will map in my host file. So let me open my host file. So you can see this is the location of host file: C drive, Windows, System 32, driver, etc and host file. So here I will make an entry. Let me remove this HTTPS things from here, and I will save it. So I can access this dev.com from my local system now. So if I search it again, reload it, let me open the incognito mode as well. Sometime it won't work due to cache and all. So you can see it's not working. Okay, so now it's came, welcome to the dev virtual machine. If you can see, this particular URL is with HTTP only, there is no HTTPS. So what we want, when we search for dev.com, it will automatically redirect to the HTTPS site. So that's what we are going to create next. Let me go to okay, let me add the listener here. So I will name it here HTTPS as a listener, and protocol I will use HTTPS. Now here you can see for HTTPS settings you have to upload a certificate. So I have already created a certificate. Let me upload my certificate from here. So I will go to the location. This is the certificate, and you have to provide the name also. So let me provide the name app and the certificate password which you have set up during the export. So I will provide the password here. Now here you have to again choose a listener type is multi-site, and here I will provide the name of www.dev.com because this is the website which we want to redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. Now let me add this listener. So now we have two listener, dev-listener and HTTPS listener. So this particular listener is going to use to redirect our website from HTTP to HTTPS. The next thing what you have to do, you have to go to rules which you have created, and you have to edit this rule. Here you have to change the listener is HTTPS, and the backend target will be a virtual machine which where our application is hosted. Let me save it. Let's wait until this deployment or this particular setting is getting saved. Okay, so now our setting is saved successfully. Let me go to my browser again and let me refresh this page. Let me add a new tab. Let me search here also. So you can see it is redirect to the HTTPS. Why we are getting this SSL warning? Because this is a self-signed certificate. That's what, if you want to verify the certificate, you can see www.dev.com. This is the DNS name which we have used to create a certificate. It means this redirection is happening. As soon as the end user will search for dev.com, it will automatically redirect to the HTTPS site. Now there is one more scenario which we can test here. Let me go back to my routing rule here. So as of now, what we were doing, we were redirecting this HTTP to HTTPS. If you want to redirect this particular dev.com to any other particular websites, what you can do, you have to go to redirection and you can choose here from external sites. And here you can provide, for example, HTTPS colon google.com. So if anybody will go for dev.com, it will automatically redirect to this particular google.com websites. If you have any other websites, you can like real time, you can mention that one here. Let me save it. Okay, so settings saved successfully. Let's go back to the browser and let's refresh this particular dev.com. So you can see it's automatically redirect to the google.com. Let's re-verify again. Search for dev.com. It is redirecting to google.com. So that's how basically you can utilize the feature called listener in Azure Application Gateway for your real-time applications. It always depends on a scenario, what kind of things you want to achieve. Based on that, you have to use these listener types. So that's all for today. I hope it's clear how we can use listener with Azure Application Gateway. So thank you all. See you in next video.